Hey guys, plan for this video is to show you how to do your nitrogen cycle game / special assignment. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. Remember, with special assignments, you do have the opportunity for some extra credit, so please take advantage of that. So no matter who you have for a teacher, they should in their upcoming have this nitrogen cycle game special assignment. So that's where we're going to go first. And there, you should have at least one attachment there for the actual assignment itself. So when you tap on that, it'll take you to a Google Doc. You are then going to send this Google Doc over to Notability because you're going to do some writing and drawing. So send it over there to allow you to do this the easiest you possibly can. So that is where I'm going to go first. All right, so to set up this assignment, we've kind of done this a couple of different times. So we are going to pretend that you are a single nitrogen atom, okay? And you are going to follow the journey of this nitrogen atom from place to place, form to form, sphere to sphere. And you're going to kind of keep track of what's happening to you along the way. So the first part of this assignment is to play the game. And you have to get through 8 different stops, okay? And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to tell me where you started, where you ended in that particular stop, and then what happened to you along the way and what form of nitrogen were you, okay? So I've got an example here. This example, starting location, you started out as nitrogen in dead plants and animals, and you moved from that location over to the soil. And you did that through being decomposed and becoming part of the soil as ammonium. And you can see ammonium here is your formula name at the end. So what you want to focus on for the formula name or the form name is what we see at the end here. Okay? Well, you might be asking yourself, where did I get all of that information? Okay, well, that is going to be in Schoology. Okay, so as part of this nitrogen cycle game special assignment, in your Schoology materials, you should see this nitrogen cycle game folder. And when you open that up, there are a whole bunch of links here, and these links have little cards on them. Okay, so we were in dead plants and animals. So if I open that dead plants and animals up, what you'll see is your game card. You can see this, the reservoir is the storage place, the location for the nitrogen, okay? And what you'll also see here are a bunch of different locations that you can go to, all right? In class, we would have a dice at each of these different locations, and you'd roll the dice, and based on that roll, you would then determine where you went, okay? So you can see this reservoir over here on the left, dead plants and animals, is your starting location. That's the first box over on the left-hand side. You roll the dice. In this case, we rolled either a 1 or 2, okay, because it says you are decomposed and become part of the soil as ammonium. What you'll notice about that sentence is it is word for word copied on our assignment page. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Literally word for word, copy down what happens to you, okay? The bolded words are your ending locations, okay? And then ammonium is your form, okay? So it's as simple as that, all right? So what I would do now is I would go back and I would find the soil one, okay? So I go to soil, and here's my game card, reservoir. This is my starting location, all right? So if we do this here, okay, and I can go back and forth, right? So soil right here is my ending location for my first stop or my example stop. It will be my starting location then for my next stop, right? Here's my reservoir over on the left-hand side. That's my start, right? So then I need to roll a dice. Now, here's the thing. You can just pick a spot, okay? Maybe you want to go to the atmosphere. That's perfectly fine. Just pretend that you rolled a 5 or a 6 and go to that location. If you have a dice at home, you only need one dice. Roll it and see where you go. Okay. Otherwise, I do have a virtual dice roller attached to this assignment. If you'd like to do that, or just Google search dice roller, do that as well. Okay. But let's say we rolled a 5. Okay. I am then going to word for word copy down up here, bacteria have transformed. Okay, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff on the game page, or the card page. Okay. Nitrogen gas, or actually I'm going to the atmosphere next. Atmosphere, that's my ending location, right? And then my form that I ended up as is nitrogen gas, which you can see down here, if you don't want to write that whole thing, is N2. Okay, so there's a little key down here for you if you want. All right, then I know my atmosphere is my ending location for that stop. Is going to be the first stop, or the first starting location for my next one. So I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go find atmosphere, right? And just repeat. Okay, I roll my dice, and I figure out where I go. All right. Sometimes you'll go back to the soil again, or you'll go back to the same place over and over. Sometimes you might get stuck. You'll be in the same sphere or the same reservoir over and over. That's perfectly okay. Just rewrite it. Do what you need to do. Okay. Really important that you copy word for word what happened to you, because it's going to be important for our next step. Okay. So you'll do that all the way down here. Okay. To your eighth step. All right. And then you should be done with the game part, so you don't need that anymore. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to move on to the second part, which is kind of our special assignment part of this activity. So you are going to write a diary entry. Okay, so you're going to pretend that you are that nitrogen atom. Okay, and you're going to write the diary for the first 4 steps of your adventure from up above. Okay, so step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. Okay, you're going to write about all those steps, talking about your starting location. Okay, as you can see right here, make sure to include starting location, what happened. Okay, that's why it's so important for you to copy down word for word the forms of nitrogen. Okay, and where you went. All right, so essentially, each one of these lines is going to turn into a sentence. Okay? Now, this is a diary entry. Okay? This is a special assignment, so have fun with it, right? Okay, it says make it a good story. Make it funny, suspenseful, make it tragic if you want to, I guess, but, be goofy with it, have fun with it. Just make sure you include those 4 things from up above. All right. If you want to get silly with it and you want to draw in the margins, make maybe like little hearts or whatever the case is. Okay. Have fun with that creative writing. Okay. Next up, you also need to draw a cartoon. Okay. What you need to do is draw 2 steps from your journey. And these 2 steps cannot be from the first 4 steps. Okay, you've already covered those. Pick some new ones. Okay, that's why you did 8 of them. Okay. Now remember, cartoons have boxes. Okay, and in that box you're gonna draw your nitrogen atom. Okay, here's my nitrogen atom. Actually, let's say it's N2. So N2, okay? And, it's doing different things, okay? The thing here is you need to have word bubbles, okay? Talking about what's going on with your nitrogen atom, okay? So again, it includes the same stuff as your sentences, right? So again, use your chart from up above, your journey. So your starting location, ending location. what happened to you, right? What happened? We've talked about that before, the forms, right? Okay. I covered my form right here in my little drawing. N2 is the form. Okay, so you don't have to write the word ammonia or nitrogen gas or whatever. Be fun with that. Okay. Again, like I said, word bubbles are extremely important, and then you have to have at least 4 different colors. Okay. So that's the bare bones of this assignment. Okay. You go through the game, do all 4 of those steps, or all 8, I should say. You write your diary entry for the first 4, and then you pick out a couple of other ones to do your cartoon. Okay. Now, as far as extra credit goes, okay, usually what I like to do here is let you choose. Okay. Maybe you're more of a writer. Okay. If you're more of a writer and you want to get that extra credit, instead of writing the first 4 steps, write all 8. Okay, so you would write a diary entry that covers your entire journey through the nitrogen cycle. Okay, so that is for extra credit. Okay, maybe you don't like to write. Well, I want to give my artists a chance to get some extra credit. So down here, you have to do 2 steps for your cartoon. All right, well, if you want extra credit, do 4 steps in your drawings. Okay, I want to be very clear here. Everyone has to do the creative writing 4 steps. Okay, everyone has to do the creative writing 4 steps, and everyone has to do the cartoon 2 steps. Okay, it's just doubling for the extra credit, one or the other. Okay, for the extra credit, you don't have to do 4 steps of the cartoon and 8 steps of the creative writing. You get to choose which one for the extra credit. You don't get to choose when it comes to just doing the assignment. Okay? If you have any questions, please make sure you ask your teacher. Please do the extra credit. It's worth it. Okay? Have fun with this one. I just wanted to show you guys real quick where that roller, the dice roller generator is. It's in the assignment, okay? And it should be, at least for me, double check with your teacher. It is this dice roller here. Otherwise, it's simple, super simple. Just Google search dice roller, and you should find one there. Okay? Have a great day, guys.